What is going on, guys? Welcome in. I am Chris Lanius. We've got some exciting updates coming to Pokemon Go this month, and we're going to talk all about that today. I just want to thank you guys at home before we get started for helping me hit 700 subscribers on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed already and you like this video, please consider hitting that button by the end of this. I'd really appreciate it. And now that we have that out of the way, let's jump pluff into what you can expect from Pokemon Go in April. Alright guys, so I'll try to put an infographic right here behind me, telling you, basically illustrating everything we can expect in April as I'm going over it, so you guys have a clear visual of what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. I'm going to have my phone out just so I can reference exactly what we're talking about, make sure you guys get all the correct information, and I'm not steering you wrong with anything about what's coming in April. The first thing we're going to talk about is the 5-star raids that we have coming in April for Pokemon Go. One of those raid bosses is already here, Lugia. So Lugia will be in raids from March 28th until April 11th. So we still have about another week and a half, depending when you watch this, with a Lugia. The shiny is pink, very great. As a flying psychic type, Lugia is not excellent in any competitive scene. However, the shiny is beautiful. So if you do choose to chase this Pokemon, I would urge you to only raid it if you have 4 to 6 or more trainers, preferably level 40 or above. If you have less than that, there's a good chance you won't be able to defeat it. You might waste a raid pass. So keep that in mind. The next one we're going to have is Incarnate Form Landorus from April 11th to April 17th. So this one, the shiny is available for as well. It's a little bit brighter of an orange. This Pokemon is not very relevant to any competitive scene either. You may find some use for it personally, but the main reason this is important is one, that shiny, you know what I'm saying? But the second thing is XL candies. His Tyrian form, well, it's not in raids now. They use the same candies. So it's a good opportunity maybe to use your daily pass, maybe to help some friends who just are shiny hunting, to get some of that XL candy. Next, come in April 17th, once Landorus leaves us, all the way until May 2nd, we're going to have Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu? Whatever. Anyway, that shiny is going to be available. Very exciting. I don't have that, but, well, I guess nobody does, right? The shiny is not available. I don't even know if I have Tapu Bulu in my Pokédex, but I feel like I do. The shiny will be available. I'm not entirely sure of its competitive footprint. You guys may have to tell me about that. My understanding is that it's not going to be in the top 50 of anything, so it's not really worth mentioning in that regard. But if I'm mistaken, let me know down in the comments. I will accept the feedback, if you will. Going into Mega Raids, we have Mega Alakazam, which is March 28th to April 4th. You can expect Mega Alakazam. He's been in raids. He's actually in raids right now. It's March 30th as I'm recording this, so you've probably seen him. Shiny is available for all Megas. Even though it's the final stage evolution of a lot of Pokemon, you can still get the shiny from it. Keep in mind that also means if you randomly encounter these Pokemon in the wild, even though they're final stage evolutions, they can be shiny. So Mega Alakazam, you find a regular Alakazam, there's a chance it could be shiny. Just a cool thing to note. He's going to be leaving April 4th, and starting April 4th, we're going to get Mega Lopunny back. Shiny's great, it's pink. Mega Lopunny is actually one of the top fighting type Pokemon in the game. So definitely worth getting, at least for a little diversity. Then once Mega Lopunny leaves on April 11th, we're getting Mega Blastoise. Blastoise is a very hard hitter. There's a lot of places where you can use Mega Blastoise. And honestly, that shiny chance. Oh, I actually have a Shadow Shiny Blastoise, which I'm freaking excited about. But Mega Blastoise is just a G. You know, there's a lot of different ways you can use him. Even if you argue he's not that helpful, he's just cool to have. And then we're coming into Mega Slowbro, April 17th, when Blastoise leaves, until May 2nd. Mega Slowbro, we just had Slowbro Community Day. He's not really super valuable. You may want to raid him if you need to get some extra energy for the Mega Dex, or if you're working on the badge that counts however many times you Mega a Pokemon. But other than that, you're not going to have to worry about Mega Slowbro competitively. Before we go into the next one, I'd like to take a side step to this graphic that Niantic provided us and actually look at a different one. Cue the transition. We're going to be seeing a very frustrating change to remote raids. I'm sure you guys are all feeling this as much as I am, but I want to be the first one to tell you if you don't already know, because you need to know. So let's zoom in a little bit here. There's going to be pricing adjustments to remote raid passes. We all knew to a certain degree this is coming. This is not what I expected by any means. Earlier in the month, we got news that they were going to limit how many passes you could use per day, and that's a part of this, but I'm jumping ahead of it. Let's talk about the pricing adjustments first. A remote raid pass 3-pack, so you get 3 of them, is now going to cost 525 Pokecoins. A single remote raid pass is 195 Pokecoins. So that's insane to me. The 3 of them would cost you 600. You're still getting just under 600. You're still getting a discount with the 3-pack, but we're paying $1 per pass now. You can't even stock up on them before this because there's a limit to how many you can hold at a time. In addition to that, a premium Battle Pass 3-pack will be in the storage or in the store. What that means is the passes you have to be there physically in person to use will have a little bit of a discount on them. Instead of 3 for $3, you can get 3 for $2.50 or whatever your local currency is. This price increase is insane. They're arguing that basically this is to ensure more equivalent gameplay moving forward for all players. My argument is that that is not true at all. Ahead of myself. Remote raid passes will be included in the pool of potential rewards of research breakthroughs. This was the point I was alluding to. It is a potential reward once a week to get a remote raid pass from your research breakthrough. That is insane, right? Think about it. To do one remote raid pass right now, let's say you're a free-to-play player, you have to get the max amount of Pokecoins per day you can 2 days in a row just to get one rated. So if you're trying to buy the new passes, you have to do that 4 days in a row. So that's a little crummy, and the way they're making up for that is you might get one out of the research breakthrough. It doesn't add up, it's just not really anything helpful. Remote raid passes earned via research breakthrough will still be subject to inventory limit. So what that means is if there are 3 remote raid passes in your inventory, that one that you may have gotten from the research breakthrough will be converted to a premium pass. So another way they're trying to tick you out of that remote pass that you should have gotten. As this continues, once this change takes effect, you will only be able to use up to 5 remote raid passes per day. So if there's a limited time event, unless there's a specific bonus that they're planning on including, which it's kind of dumb if they do, right? Like they need to give us that bonus, but they're basically doing this just so they can give us that bonus, I feel like. But you're going to be limited to 5 remote raid passes per day, which is pretty crummy for those who really like to grind out certain events or your favorite Pokemon comes out. The other upside to this, which I am grateful for, but this should kind of just be the case anyway, trainers who participate in 5-star raids in person will earn more Candy XL than before. The Candy XL system is crap altogether. I think we all agree on that. Crummy. We should just get more XL candies anyway. You know what I mean? But that's what we have as far as the remote raid passes go. So we're going to jump back into the infographic Niantic provided for the month of April. Now I wanted to stop right there because the next one we're going to be discussing is the research breakthrough. Now I feel that this is a little bit lazy. I think Mystic7 agrees, not that I talked to him, but he said something in his video about this as well. If you complete field research, you have the chance to unlock breakthrough encounters with one of the following Pokemon. Pinsir, Snorlax, Gibble, and Furfrou. Those 4 can all be shiny, but you may also get a Goomy or a Parasect, neither of which can be shiny. You can argue that Goomy is kind of a fair one to get in the research breakthrough. It's a dragon type. It doesn't really spawn that often, but the shiny is not available. Once you've caught your first 5 Goomy, there's not really a point. You're more than likely not going to get the hundo, and if you do, congratulations. but that's not going to be most players' experience. And it just sucks because the research breakthrough, it's been these same Pokemon for almost 3 months, and it looks like the plan is to continue that. So that's a little lazy on what I believe. But going into events, we have Spring into Spring, April 4th through April 10th. I don't have any information on that right now, but we will have Elite Raids coming April 9th. Now, the crazy thing about this is it should be Regieleki, but I'm pretty sure... So the crazy thing about the Elite Raids is I'm pretty sure it should be Regieleki, but this actually ends up being on Easter, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a lot of people who are out and about with their families. They've made plans. And Elite Raids, you have to be there in person. So if it is actually on Easter, then that's insane. The shiny is not going to be available for Regieleki, but it's a cool one to enter to the Pokedex, get a new entry. And these Elite Raids are really cool to do. We have a Mystic Hero research, April 13th through April 17th. Again, no details yet, but we'll get some as we get closer to that event. And we have the April Community Day on April 15th. So let's pull up that infograph because there's actually some great stuff here. It's going to be Togetic Community Day, which is huge. Togetic is one of the top fairy type attackers in the game, if not the best. Absolutely worth having, absolutely worth chasing. Some people may already have the shiny, but we've got some awesome bonuses. We're going to do a quick rundown of this because this is for the full month of April, not just the Community Day, but we're going to see what we got here. As per usual, now Community Day is from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. April 15th. You will be able to encounter the Togetic family, which is Togepi, Togetic, and Togekiss, sorry. Lore modules and incense will last 3 hours, which is awesome. Remember, if you're going to use an incense, you can actually use it in the last couple minutes, and that 3-hour bonus will still stand. So if the event ends at 5 and you use an incense at 4:55, you will get 3 hours of regular spawns after the event by using your incense at the end of the event. So I like to do that. You guys may not, but it's a lot more bang for your buck. We will have 1/4 hatch distance, and Togepi will be hatching out of 1 kilometer eggs or 2 kilometer eggs much more often. This is also going to be a great opportunity to start hatching those 12 kilometer strange eggs. You're going to get 2 times candy for catching, which is huge because Togetic, super meta relevant. You're going to need all the candy you can get. And you have a chance to receive 2 times Candy XL. Same thing here if you want to take that Pokemon above level 40. As per usual, if we're lucky, we get 5 snapshot encounters with Togetic, which is huge. There's a medal in the game, actually, for so many different snapshot encounters. So if you haven't earned that yet, you're going to want to make sure you take at least those 5. There is a $1 special research. Hopefully, we get a remote raid pass out of that, but we'll see. And during this event, if you evolve Togetic into Togekiss, it will know Aura Sphere, the exclusive move, which is awesome. You will also be allowed to have 1 additional special trade per day, but it's only that 1 day. So you'll be able to do 2 special trades on Community Day, which is huge. Now let's jump back. We've got the last couple things we need to talk about here, starting with raid hours. What I said before is still true. We got Lugia April 5th. We got Incarnate Form Landorus April 12th. Tapu Bulu April 19th, and Tapu Bulu again April 26th. All of these Pokemon for the month of April have a shiny chance, so those raid hours are going to be worth it if you're a shiny hunter like I am. Now, Spotlight hours, we actually got really lucky this month. They're all have the potential to be shiny. I'm going to pull this chair over so I have something to leave my hand on. We have Execute April 4th. You're going to get 2 times candy for catching Pokemon. If you don't care about Execute, I recommend opening a Meltan box for this hour so you get double Meltan candy. We have Shelder April 11th, 2 times candy for transferring Pokemon. The Meltan you caught from the last week, make sure you transfer during this Spotlight hour so you get even more candy. Also, Shelder's just a great shiny. I have the first one. I need the second one so I can complete the family. We have Trapinch, which I'm really glad with how this works out. I don't care about shiny Trapinch on April 18th. But you get 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon. So since I don't care about shiny Trapinch, I'm going to focus that hour on evolving a bunch of Pokemon with a lucky egg up. I'm going to put a tag on them so I know which ones I need to evolve, and I can just keep going. The last one is Tangela, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. This also works out really well because I love shiny Tangela. I've already completed the family, but bro, shiny Tangela is lit. Anyway, guys, there's a couple tips in there I sprinkled in. This infographic was provided from Niantic, and a couple of them were based on actual announcements from Niantic. So now you know what to expect coming into Pokemon Go for April. If you have any ideas of what they could be doing better or any thoughts for how you're going to play any of these events, I'd love to hear about it down below in the comments. And I hope you guys have a great day. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you out in the next video.